Hare Krishna, my dear Prabhus, dear Matajis. Thank you for joining our Nrsimha Catudradasi special class for today. So, salamat sa mga nag-join since this morning and hanggang ngayon magkakasama pa tayo. Hare Krishna. Hello, Norin Mataji, Tina, Mataji, Nivai Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I guess this is Naimi. Hare Krishna, Moksha Lakshmi Mataji, Makoy Prabhu, Oliver Prabhu, Paolo Prabhu, Rolly Prabhu, Bhaktin Jonah Mataji, and those devotees from our lovely devotees from Brajika Village, Hare Krishna, and sa ating viewers sa Facebook Live. Thank you very much, and Hare Krishna. Hopefully, I am heard and seen clearly. If hindi, please let me know lang. So today is a very special day because it is Nrsimha Catudradasi, the appearance day of Lord Nrsimha. So a while ago, His Holiness Giridhara Swami and His Grace Krishna Baladev Prabhu presented the prior happenings kung paano nagsimula si Jagay and Jai and Vijay, paano sila naging demons. At the same time, yung stories kung paano na rin nag-transgress si Prahlad Maharaj, tortured, and lumabas si Lord Nrsimha. Now we will dig deeper sa past times and look into different angles. At the same time, we could observe si Lord Nrsimha is being worshipped by a lot of devotees. I mean, a lot. And we have, of course, our Lord Nrsimha deity sa Mayapur. And you could see those who are having altar set up in their homes, those who have shalagram silas, they most probably have a set or at least one Prahlad Nrsimha or minsan may Lakshmi Nrsimha. So we will know further. And we will have a short parikram in Ahobilam. So without further ado, I won't make you wait longer. So the title for today's discussion will be Fear of God versus Love of God. And also emphasis on the Nrsimha deities. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nasta Priyashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavate Utamas Loke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So this is coming from Srimad Bhagavatam 7.9.5, Canto 7, Chapter 9, verse number 5. Swapadamule patitam tam arbakaham Vilokya devakripaya parliputa Utaptya tashrishni adadatkarambujam Kalahi vitrastadiyam kirtabayam Swapademule patitam tam arbakam Vilokya devakripaya paripluta Utapya tashrishni adadatkarambujam Kalahi vitrastadiyam kirtabayam Swapadamule patitam tam arbakam Vilokya deva kripaya pralipluta Utaptya tastrishni adadat karambujam Kalahi vitrastadiyam kritabayam. Synonyms, word per word translation. Swapade mule, at his lotus feet. Patitam, fallen. Tam, him, Prahlad Maharaj. Arbakam only a little boy. Vilokya seeing. Devaha, Lord Nrsimhadev. Kripaya, out of his causeless mercy. Paripluta, very much afflicted, in ecstasy. Utaptya, racing. Tat Shri Sirsni on his head. Adadat, placed. Karaambujam, his lotus hand. Kalaahi, of the deadly snake of time, which can cause immediate death. Vitrasta, afraid. Diyam, to all of those whose minds. Kirtaabhyayam, which causes fearlessness. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. When Lord Nrsimhadev saw the small boy Prahlad Maharaj prostrated at the soles of his lotus feet, he became most ecstatic in affection toward his devotee. Raising Prahlad, the Lord placed his lotus hand upon the boy's head, because his hand is always ready to create fearlessness in all of his devotees. Purport. The necessities of the material world are four: ahara, nidra, baya, maituna, that is, eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. In this material world, everyone is in fearful consciousness, sada samudvigna diyam. And the only means to make everyone fearless is Krishna consciousness. When Lord Nrsimhadev appeared, all the devotees became fearless. The devotees' hope of becoming fearless is to chant the holy name of Lord Nrsimhadev. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha. Wherever we go, we must always think of Lord Nrsimhadev. Thus, there will be no fear for the devotee of the Lord. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitamya Tashmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivashadi Hagora Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishubhadaya Krishna Shimate Giridhara. So, welcome sa ating third part for our class today at very special Nrsimhadev Catudradasi. I think this is the second pandemic Nrsimhadev Catudradasi. So thank you very much. Still, by the grace of Krishna, we are still connected through this wonderful energy ni Krishna that we call internet. So previously, onting recap. Before it happened, habang nasa austerity, nasa penance, gumagawa ng yoga asana, nag-perform ng yoga asana si Hiranyakashipu. All his soldiers, including yung asawa niya, are being arrested. And gusto na lang i-execute ng mga demigods kasi alam nila another demon. But of course, ang ating transcendental spaceman, Narada Muni, came. So stop it. The one in the womb of this Mataji is a pure devotee. So hindi natuloy yun. And Prahlad Maharaj, who is in that womb that time, heard yung mga preaching ni Narada Muni. And actually, he considered, and he is actually the spiritual master ni Prahlad Maharaj. So when Prahlad Maharaj was still a young boy, he attended his Gurukul, pero for demons, very special. And as they attend school, si Prahlad Maharaj is very active and preaching to his classmates and telling them to stop whatever you are doing, sporting, playing, and all, because now is the time. We don't have the control of the future. Sabi nga, trust no future. We cannot wait for our retirement para tayo magseryoso sa spiritual life. Now is the time. So, Prahlad Maharaj is teaching them how to chant and dance. So, nakikita nyo in that picture. And of course, since si Hiranyakashipu is one of the greatest demon at that time, and lahat ng mga demigods was scared, nagtakbuhan sila, nagtago sila, because Hiranyakashipu conquered most of their kingdom as well. Nagulat siya when si Prahlad Maharaj was being not so demoniac, even in the line siya ng mga demons. So, kinagulat ni Hiranyakashipu to. And because of this, he was so mad with the teachers, so mad with Prahlad Maharaj. He tried to execute si Prahlad Maharaj, even, isipin nyo, even his own son. So, very demoniac mentality. And we could see how this modern age, yung practice ni Hiranyakashipu is being done. We have the abortion. Isipin nyo, that's their own son, their own daughter, whatever, yung mga ginagawa nila. But, si Prahlad Maharaj was surprisingly protected. He was put into the pit of venomous snake. And then yung mga demons trying to pierce him with tridents. Gusto rin siyang trample sa mga big trunk ng mga elephants, ng mga gusto sila yung ipadagan and all, pero never siya nasaktan. He was just meditating and chanting Krishna's name. This is very surprising for everyone because si Hiranyakashipu wanted to be immortal actually. Nung plinis niya yung mga demigods while doing the yoga asana, bumaba sa Lord Brahma. He wanted immortality, sabi ni Hiranyakashipu. But si Lord Brahma could not give it because he doesn't have the immortality himself. So, na-create siya ng mga means and ways para maging invincible siya in his own perception. Almost immortal. So, nagulat si Hiranyakashipu because his own son na gusto niyang i-execute is not being harmed. Si Prahlad Maharaj is just meditating, chanting Krishna's name, meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna. And when this happened, kinonfront ni Hiranyakashipu si Prahlad Maharaj, and he asked, "Is the God you are saying in this pillar?" Tapos si Prahlad Maharaj burst, destroyed that pillar into ashes. Tapos yung sound nga daw nun, kasama yung growl ni Lord Nrsimhadev, narinig in the three worlds. Nayanig, and akala nila this is the end of the material world, like annihilation. So, si Hiranyakashipu, being a demon, wanted to kill this beast. He's always thinking na this beast is just a normal beast, just like demoniac person. When Krishna comes to this material world, they think that Krishna is also a normal human being because he perform different pastimes. Seems like parang normal human being. Pero it is not. So easily dinestroy, pinatay ni Hiranyakashipu ni Lord Nrsimhadev si Hiranyakashipu. But from that pastime, from that fight, maraming naging form si Lord Nrsimhadev into a deity worshipable forms. Doon madalas kinuha yung mga Nrsimhadev deities na mga forms and pastimes. Actually, there are more than 70 Nrsimhadev forms sa mga deities. And very prominent yung mga nakikita natin. Very, at least we have 9 prominent na mga Lord Nrsimhadev forms. Yung iba pa nga, hindi pa natin alam yung reason and pastimes. So, I was very fortunate enough to be blessed by devotees like 6 years ago, to travel in India, specifically in South India, to visit different pilgrimage, most specifically yung ating Ahobilam. Ahobilam is a place where si Lord Nrsimhadev performed his pastime. Just like Lord Varaha, kung nabasa natin sa Srimad Bhagavatam, he appeared in different types of colors, and a lot of acharyas are saying bumaba si Lord Varahadev ng different yugas. As well as si Lord Nrsimhadev, bumaba siya rito hindi lang in this type of yuga. That was hundreds and thousands of years ago. Pero pati yung ibang yugas, he went back here. These forms of Krishna, na Lord Nrsimhadev, Kurma, sila Varahadev, sila Lord Ram, sila Vamanadev, these are eternal forms nila Krishna. Hindi siya nawawala. A lot of it are his avatars in this material world. But in Goloka Vrindavan and also in Vaikunta, it's not there. But it's still eternal. Just like the rising and the setting of the sun, sometimes si Krishna will appear here in the material world. He might be disappear from our sight, just like the sun. Mag-a-appear din siya sa ibang places, sa ibang universes. So si Lord Nrsimhadev, hindi lang din siya isang beses pumunta rito sa material world. A lot of times actually. A lot of pastimes. Yung nababasa natin ng what we're discussing is just one pastime. Pero there's a lot of pastime na meron. Of course, Srila Prabhupada emphasized on the life of Prahlad Maharaj, his glories. And not a lot of devotees are discussing yung pastime ni Lord Nrsimhadev in different incarnations niya. But there are coming from different sampradaya, the Sri Sampradaya, coming from the line of other Lakshmi, and also coming from the four Kumaras. Yung mga sampradaya na yun, the two sampradayas, are also considering Lord Nrsimhadev as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Most specifically yung Sri Sampradaya sa South India. Sila may mga makakapal na tilak. Tapos yung mga border ng dhoti nila, sobrang kakapal din. And yes, they are in the Aishvarya above kay Krishna, in own reverence. And there is a place in Ahobilam, in South India, where si Krishna performed his pastimes as Lord Nrsimhadev. This is a very far travel papunta sa Ahobilam. And hindi siya biro na travel. It took us days and days. I think 24 hours sa bus, ilang hours sa tren, ilang days sa tren, papunta dito. And this is Ahobilam. Aho viryam, aho saryam, aho bahu parakama, narasimham param daivam, aho bilam, aho balam. Just like Lord Baladev, Bala means strength. When the Supreme Lord incarnated as Lord Nrsimhadev, the half lion and half man, he tore apart Hiranyakashipu into pieces. Witnessing these wonderful pastime, the demigods praised Lord Nrsimhadev as Ahobala, meaning the great strength. So this Ahobilam is composed of 9 temples. Of course, there are other temples, but the main temples are the 9 temples. In the lower is the what we call the lower Ahobilam, considered as the 10th temple yon. That is where Lakshmi Nrsimhadev was there. Hundreds of years, uh, in-establish siya ng mga Sri Sampadaya. Still being taken care of. Wala tayo actually na ISKCON center around it. So when you visit there, you have to make friends sa mga Sri Sampadaya Vaishnavas. They're very friendly actually. And some of them, when you visit there, they will even treat you sa lahat. Sa hotel, dun sa travel, sa 4x4 na sasakyan nyo. And minimum 2 days usually to visit these 9 temples, 2 to 3 days. But some were very adventurous. They could take 24 hours. But this is very dangerous kasi this is still a proper forest. And it means may mga bears, may mga tigers, may mga lions. And sabi nga nila, hindi lahat ng mga temples dito, as also we observe, hindi lahat ng temples dito is may everyday na may pujari na nag-worship. At night, they will see, actually, alam nila yung mga locals doon, alam nila walang tao in those temples, but they will see light, ghee lamps, tapos nakikita nila sa malayo, may mga nagka-turn. And they believe those are the demigods who are coming down to worship Lord Nrsimhadev. Which is, some of it are the real cause kung bakit nag-appear si Lord Nrsimhadev and bakit din nag-appear 9 temples na to. Aside from dito, ginanap yung fight ni Lord Nrsimhadev and ni Hiranyakashipu, the temples are being worshipped by Nrsimhadev Bhaktas, at the same time, yung mga demigods. And one day, si Garuda wanted to take darshan, to have a darshan of Lord Nrsimhadev, and he meditated for a long time to have that darshan of Lord Nrsimhadev. Of course, Lord Nrsimhadev, in his form as Lord Vishnu, ang kanyang carrier is si Garuda, was pleased, and he showed himself. That's one appearance. He showed himself as Lord Nrsimhadev to Garuda. And from that on, si Lord Nrsimhadev was worshipped in this place called Ahobilam. So let's have a little tour, or what we call yatra, parikram. This is the 9 Nava Nrsimha. Nava is 9. 9 deities of Lord Nrsimhadev, including the lower Ahobilam, lower Nrsimhadev, Lakshmi Nrsimha Swami. So parang 10 sila, pero ito yung main 9. This is not very near with each other. Some of it nasa 4 miles away, may 9 kilometers, may 9 miles. So malalayo siya. And yung iba nagagawang i-travel ito hiking, pero it's not easy. Some could rent yung mga 4x4, yung rickshaw hindi kayang-kaya. Even up until now. Previously, mas hard. Pero ngayon, may mga bridges na and all. Pero mas mahirap pa rin. Mahirap pa rin. Not the normal parikram that you could do. And not a lot of foreigners are going in this place because there are a lot of dacoits. There are a lot of those who will rob you. Wild animals. Very dark. Tapos, may places na walang kuryente. And very austere to visit this. There are a few, like even sannyasis in Nrsimha Swami. And if you're fond of reading the Back to Godhead magazine, there is this devotee named Dhruva Prabhu, Dhruva Das. He visited this place when he was younger, year 2001, 2000. And siya yung nag-search din ng mga ibang Nrsimhadev deities in other places. I've been to Karnataka also in South India. There are a lot of Nrsimhadev deities there as well. But we're talking about this Nava Nrsimha. In this, there's a lot of actually scriptures. Nrsimhadev Purana, Pancharatra, Agama, and ang dami, mga sa other Samhita, Vihagendra Samhitas. Ang daming forms si Lord Nrsimhadev. And nasa, sabi nga around more than 70. But these are the main, these 9 Nrsimhadev forms. So one of it is Shri Krodha Narasimha. Kroda means anger. Kung natandaan niyo yung verse natin sa 2.62. Kamat kroda vijayate. Kroda means anger. Again, as I said a while ago, hindi lang isang beses pumunta si Lord Nrsimhadev dito. Kaya yung mga pastimes like si Lord Varahadev, nakasulat sa scriptures, minsan magkaibang yuga. Pero it was told by Vyasadev. So this time, baliktad. Nauna si Lord Nrsimhadev bago si Lord Varahadev. Again, nangyari yung pastime na si Lord Nrsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu. But this time, sobrang galit na galit si Hiranyakashipu. Sorry. Sobrang galit na galit sa Lord Nrsimhadev after niya patayin si Hiranyakashipu. Bad trip pa rin siya kay Lord Brahma. Kasi si Lord Brahma yung nagbigay ng boon. We know the demigods could easily give boon. Some of them, like Lord Shiva, could easily be pleased. Si Lord Brahma, siya yung nagbigay ng boon kay Hiranyakashipu. So, bad trip si Lord Nrsimhadev. When Lord Brahma was about to go near kay Lord Nrsimhadev, we know may mga hawak siya. Diba? May hawak siyang beads, may hawak siyang Vedas and all. Nabitawan ni Lord Brahma yung Vedas. And together with Bhumi, yung Vedas went down to Patalaloka, lower planetary system. So lalo nagalit si Lord Nrsimhadev. And because of this, ang ginawa ni Lord Nrsimhadev, he got another expansion as Lord Varahadev, where he saved Bhumi together with Vedas. Kaya nakikita niyo yung picture na nasa task ni Lord Varahadev yung si Bhumi, yung earth. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, different pastime was told by in that pastime, in that book. But also in the other sampradayas, they consider this coming from the different Puranas. And also some of the devotees who are studying this Nrsimhadev pastimes are considering this. Of course, there's nothing impossible for Lord Krishna. So baligtad yung nangyari. Si Lord Varahadev came later on to save it. Then yung nakuha na yung Vedas, hindi binigay ni Lord Nrsimhadev as Varahadev, or titawag na Kroda Nrsimha. Hindi binigay yung Vedas kay Lord Brahma. Sabi niya, you once let it go. You drop this. So hindi na muna natin bibigay sa'yo. And from that on, nagsuggest si Lord Brahma na si Lakshmi, yung bigay ng Vedas. So kaya merong Lakshmi Sampradaya. Nanggaling din sa kanya yung Vedas being passed down. So of course, because of this, nagkaroon ng darshan. Nakita ni Lord Brahma si Lakshmi Nrsimha. Also in this temple, in the Sri Kroda Nrsimha temple, you could see Sri Lakshmi Nrsimha. This is on the right. This is not the actual. This is curvings dun sa lower Ahobilam dito sa temple na to. Newer pero 100 years more, ilang daan taon na rin. Pero not the actual deities. Meron din pero wala tayong picture na makita. Bakit ganito yung picture? Sinusuyo. Trying to pacify. Si Lord Nrsimhadev trying to pacify Mother Lakshmi. Because when Lord Nrsimhadev was so angry, sobrang takot na takot yung mga demigods. Si Lakshmi have to expand himself as, what's the name? Chenchu Lakshmi. Siya rin yun, si Lakshmi rin yun. This Chenchu Lakshmi appeared in a tribal family, mga tribes. And para ma-pacify si Lord Nrsimhadev, he was married to Chenchu Lakshmi. Actually, this tribe still exists now. And wag natin gagayahin. These tribes actually are offering mga animals kay Lord Nrsimha because they're thinking layon si Lord Nrsimhadev. So, ang pinapakain nila is animal. So, pero nagkaroon na sila ng deal in Ahobilam. Previously, nilalapit nila sa temple. Pero ngayon, malayong-malayo na yung mga tribesmen na to. Yung kasama dun sa line kung saan si Chancho Lakshmi. So this time, si Chancho Lakshmi, asawa ni Lord Nrsimhadev. Pero the real Lakshmi got very, how to call it, jealous. Because attached na attached si Lord Nrsimhadev kay Chancho Lakshmi. Kaya si Lord Nrsimhadev is pacifying Lakshmi Devi. Kaya kung nakikita niyo yung picture dito. Meron pa nga nakatalikod talaga si Lakshmi Devi tapos hawak-hawak ni Lord Nrsimhadev yung kamay. Sinusuyo talaga niya. So, grabing pastime with Lord Nrsimhadev, di ba? So, that's Sri Kroda Nrsimha. We go to another Nrsimhadev temple. It is called Sri Malola Nrsimha. Lola is very dear. And si Lakshmi, of course. Ma is Lakshmi, Mother Lakshmi. Malola. So this is one of the very sweet how they call this? Na deities. Very peaceful. And pag napunta yung mga deities, yung mga devotees dito, they're feeling at peace, at ease. So when one visit here, you can see Malola Lakshmi. So next temple natin. Give me a sec. We go kay Sri Jwala Nrsimha. Dito naman, it is from Kroda Nrsimha. Another way papunta dito is mapupuntahan mo, another way na madaanan mo is si Jwala Nrsimha. Minsan hindi dire-diretso yung ikot mo. Minsan may kailangan ka medyo pabalik, papunta sa isang temple. Pero they made a way para hindi mo balikan yung other temple na yon. May paikot na onte. Ang daming, ako personally, ang daming hindi ko nagigets. Bakit andun yung mga paikot? Or may mga shortcut lang, pero you have to go the long way. May parikram na ginawa sila. Or like, just like circumambulating the temples. So in this temple, you could see Lord Nrsimhadev is bifurcating. Binubuksan niya yung tiyan ni Hiranyakashipu. And after niya patayin si Hiranyakashipu, he wore yung intestine ni Hiranyakashipu sa neck niya. Then, puro blood stain yung kamay ni Lord Nrsimhadev. And sa baba nito, merong water. Tinatawag itong, how do you call this? I forgot the name nung river na to, yung water source na to. Ayun, nakasulat para. Raktakund. So may tirta dito. Dito nagugas si Lord Nrsimhadev ng hands niya. Until now, reddish yung water. You could see here. Sobrang red yung mga water. Pero pag ginanap mo to, kumuha ka ng water sa hand mo, very clear. Tapos pag tinikma mo, sobrang tamis. So yeah, na-taste natin to. And we're very fortunate. And kakaiba yung ano. Pag tinitingnan mo talaga siya, color red. Tapos pag kinukuha mo ng ganun, iba. So, Sri Jwala Nrsimha. So, nakailan na tayo? 1, 2, 3. 4. Naka-4 na tayo. Yung fifth is what we call Sri Yogananda Nrsimha. Meron siya yoga band. Kung nakikita nyo, so hindi na bago lang yung mga yoga band ngayon. Dati pa lang si Lord Nrsimhadev, suot na niya na to. So may nakikita kayo si Lord Nrsimhadev naka-padmasa na, tapos may yoga band siya sa tuhod. After he killed Hiranyakashipu, he is talking to Prahlad Maharaj. Lord Nrsimhadev taught Prahlad Maharaj yoga asanas. So ito yun. Yung mga yoga postures. Kaya si Lord Nrsimhadev is in this form, Yoga Nrsimha, Yogananda Nrsimha. And this one, I think nasa tunnel siya. Kailangan mo lumusot sa tunnel. If I remember it right. So, hindi biro yung mga darshan na to. Meron mga nasa cave, parang nasa tunnel sa ilalim ng puno, tapos nasa tuktok ng bundok. So, kakaiba yung mga darshan kay Lord Nrsimhadev dito. Next natin is Sri Chatravatha Nrsimha. This time, si Lord Nrsimhadev, meron siyang very wide ear-to-ear smile. Kung nakita nyo. Yan. Sobrang grabe yung smile niya. So, iba-iba. Kung nakikita natin, may galit si Lord Nrsimhadev, pacifying Lakshmi, very pleased kay Lord, kay Prahlad Maharaj. Tapos, habang pinapatay niya si Hiranyakashipu, may mga curvings pa nga doon yung fight nila mismo eh. Si Hiranyakashipu saka si Lord Nrsimhadev. And this time, si Lord Nrsimhadev was very pleased. When two Gandharvas, heavenly beings, hindi ko lang kung paano naging seryoso yung name nila, pero ito yung name nila. Ang name ng dalawang Gandharva na to ay si Haha and si Huhu. Don't ask me why. Sa pagpunta namin doon, ganun talaga. Ayun yung name nila. And even, nag-search ako sa mga sinulat ng mga ibang acharya in Sri Shrampadaya. Ayun talaga yung name ng Gandharva sa to. Si Haha and Huhu. And they tried to please Lord Nrsimhadev by dancing, singing. And actually, si Lord Nrsimhadev was very pleased. Kaya mahilig yung mga, we could see, we could know bakit may mga tao na specifically si Srila Prabhupada, si Gurudev, Tamarkisha Goswami, and even Guru Maharaj. They love to see devotees performing dramas and all. So kasama din kasi dati yun, an offering. It is performance act. So this Gandharvas, si Haha and si Huhu, pleased si Lord Nrsimhadev. And Lord Nrsimhadev gave his benediction. Kaya nakagarito, Takatala Mudra. Bira mo makikita si Lord Nrsimhadev nakagarito. Giving blessings. Binigyan niya si Haha and si Huhu, yung two Gandharvas, ng blessings. Na maging famous and great singer sila. And sobrang pleased si Lord Nrsimhadev. Nakasmile siya ng todo-todo. Kaya siyang tinawag na Chatravatha kasi the temple is under a peepal tree. So for hundreds, I think thousands of years, nasa ilalim siya ng peepal tree. Which is hindi tawag na Chatravat. Next natin is Sri Pavana Nrsimha. Ito yon. So sabi ko kanina, minsan nasa gitna ng bundok, nasa tuktok ng bundok, bago ka makapunta doon, may rough road, kailangan na 4-wheel drive, ganun. Minsan kasi, pag naglakad ka lang, may chance ka may makitang bear or tiger lion. So pag mga bago lang, kailangan naka 4-wheel drive. So luckily, ayun yung sinakyan namin. So this is Sri Pavana Nrsimha. Nasa banks kasi siya ng Pavana River. And one of the, sabi kanina natin si Malola, Nrsimhadev is very peaceful. And also si Sri Pavana, very peaceful. Nrsimhadev din siya. We know na palagi si Lord Nrsimhadev galit. Pero may mga deity forms din siya. May mga pastime siya na he is very peaceful, at peace. So yan, sobrang grabe daw. And ina-advise nga dito, don't visit after 5 p.m. Kasi nga marami ng mga wild animals. At the same time, they want to make way kasi mga demigods are worshiping these temples. These deities in the temples. Minsan nga daw hindi lang nila naririnig nakikita yung lamps, yung mga lamps na nag-worship. Naririnig na rin din nila na nagtutunog ng bell yung mga demigods. And sobrang totoo kasi just like Sri Bhargava Nrsimha, this is worship not just by a normal demigod, but an incarnation of Krishna. Si Lord Nrsimhadev is an expansion of Krishna, avatar of Krishna. And si Parashuram is an expansion of Krishna. Pero si Lord Parashuram meditated. Nag-perform siya ng austerities para makapag-darshan siya kay Lord Nrsimhadev. And si Lord Nrsimhadev, of course, was pleased and nagbigay siya ng darshan kay Lord Parashuram. In this form. Yung nagbigay siya ng darshan, ang ginagawa niya, pinapatay niya si Hiranyakashipu. Ganun kagad eksena. And sabi ni Lord Parashuram, may the devotees worship you in this kind of form. So ito yung mostly common na, ayun nga, same katulad nung kanina, pinapatay ni Lord Nrsimhadev si Hiranyakashipu. Ino-open niya yung stomach. Upon the request ni Lord Parashuram. And lastly, pang ninth na darshan natin in this parikram, this is Sri Karanja Nrsimha. Kung nakikita nyo sa left hand ni Lord Nrsimhadev, meron siyang hawak na bow. I've mentioned a while ago that even the demigods are worshipping and meditating, trying to have darshan kay Lord Nrsimhadev. Si Hanuman, as we know, sa South India din yung performance nila ng pastime with Lord Ram. So in this place, nasa Ahobilam siya, he is meditating on Lord Ram. Surprisingly, ang lumabas ni Lord Nrsimhadev. And ayaw tanggapin ni Hanuman. We know him. He is a Ram Bhakta. And sabi nga, naiiwan siya rito sa material world kasi gusto niya palaging makinig ng mga Ram Katha or mga pastime ni Lord Ram. So, even si Lord Nrsimhadev lumabas, hindi nga siya natakot eh. Pero ayaw niya tanggapin. Sabi, who are you? I'm meditating on Lord Ram. I want Lord Ram's darshan. Sabi ni Lord Nrsimhadev, I'm Ram. Ayaw maniwala ni Hanuman. So, ang ginawa ni Lord Nrsimhadev, nilabas niya yung bow and arrow. Kaya kulay green siya dito, Lord Ram. Nilabas niya yung bow and arrow. Tapos, pinatunayan niya kay Hanuman na siya si Lord Ram himself. Kaya this is Sri Karanja Nrsimha. Kasi this deity is under Karanja tree. So in this temple also may small altar ni Hanumanji. So we finish yung ating tour sa ating Nava Nrsimha, Ahobilam Parikram. Ito yung mga ibang pictures along the way you could see. Ito daw yung place. Hindi siya makita dito pero nung nandyan ako, tapos tinitignan namin yung mga ukit sa bato. Sanskrit talaga siya. Ito daw, dito raw nagsusulat si Prahlad Maharaj. And yung school niya, mapupuntahan mo sa cave din. Wala kang picture sa cave din. And this cave sa right side ng screen natin, as you can see. This is the cave kung saan nilalaglag si Prahlad Maharaj to be tortured. Yan, ito yon. Dito yan. And he is unafraid and fearless habang nangyayari yan. And this is the Ugra Stamba. This is very high. Nakalimutan ko ilang oras namin climb to. When you go to the top, you'll do some parikram. When we were there, ang laki lang ng parikram place niya. Hindi lang isang bato na yon, nilagay nilang tali. Tapos habang nasa dulo ka, talagang edge na ng cliff. Pag nagkamali ka, punta ka na kay Lord Nrsimhadev. Pero paikot nun. So yeah, sobrang taas na ito. And this Ugra Stamba is where kung saan yung pillar na lumabas si Lord Nrsimhadev. When I was there, I was asking them, paano naging pillar to? Bundok to. And they're explaining to me, thousands of years na nangyari yun. And most probably ibang yugas. So you wouldn't see a lot of traces, but this is one of the traces. And of course, in that yuga, malalaki sila. So this is the Ugra Stamba. As we meditate on Lord Nrsimhadev's pastime, let's go back habang ginagawa niya yung pastime where he's killing Hiranyakashipu. It is actually very, how do you call this? Yung ibang tao, pag nakikita to, natatakot sila. They're very fearful. But the devotees of Krishna, the devotees of Lord Nrsimhadev are not. You could see si Prahlad Maharaj amidst nung pool of blood. Kasi hindi lang naman si Hiranyakashipu yung pinatay niya rito eh. Even all the demons, yung mga alalay, yung mga servants ni Hiranyakashipu, bago dumating dun sa end, bago yung final na fight nila, sinugod kagad si Lord Nrsimhadev and pools of blood. Nakakalat yung mga headless na mga katawan, tapos yung mga gumulong na ulo, yung mga amputated na mga limbs, pools of blood. But si Prahlad Maharaj, no, he's not afraid. And the meditation that we are always seeing in the darshan is we see ferocious mouth and tongue ni Lord Nrsimhadev. And in the 11th chapter ng Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the universal form, there's a form of Krishna there where it was described by Sanjay and also by Arjuna, na yung mga yung mga Kauravas and the rest of the soldiers except the Pandavas are entering into the mouth of Lord Krishna in that universal form. Tapos may mga lumalabas na fire, tapos yung kinaagat lang niya, tapos nakakrush yung mga heads ng mga soldiers. Yung iba nga na-stuck doon sa between ng teeth. And we could see na si Hiranyakashipu wanted to become immortal. He wanted not to be killed by animals, by humans, in the air or in the land, outside or inside, morning and evening. And Lord Nrsimhadev did a lot of this arrangement para hindi niya ma-break yung boon na binigay ni Lord Brahma. He wasn't killed in the air or in the land. He was killed on the lap of Lord Nrsimhadev. Not inside, but not outside, nor outside also, but in the hallway, in between. Not by a human or an animal, but a half human, half animal, a god. Not by any weapons, but by Lord Nrsimhadev's claws. Not during the night and the day, but till dusk. Until dusk, yung inantay ni Lord Nrsimhadev bago niya patayin si Hiranyakashipu. Kaya tayo fasting till dusk. Kasi yung appearance ni Nrsimhadev, dusk yon. So ito yon. You could see the mouth and the sharp teeth and the tongue. And also yung bright red eyes ni Lord Nrsimhadev. Sobrang galit na galit nga daw si Lord Nrsimhadev dito. And lahat ng mga demigods could not look into Lord Nrsimhadev's face. Natakot sila. And we know in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's eyes are in the universal form, yung sun and moon. And always very glowing, effulgent si Krishna. And we know, by the effulgence, it destroys the darkness of ignorance. And as we also meditate on the sharp pointed teeth ni Lord Nrsimhadev, kaninang mouth and tongue and teeth, this destroyed yung sinasabing invincibility ni Hiranyakashipu. Walang nakakatakas dito. Even yung mga boon ng mga demigods. He will find a way. And also, we could see yung garlands of intestine. A while ago, si Krishna Baladev Prabhu described bakit sinuot ni Lord Nrsimhadev yung intestine. Of course, Hiranyakashipu is originally a devotee, a great devotee of Krishna. Sila si Jai and Vijay. And it is actually spiritualized. And wala ma-offer si Hiranyakashipu na garland. But he wore it himself, si Lord Nrsimhadev. Because he was very pleased. Siya na mismo yung kumuha ng garland na sinuot niya sa sarili niya. Ganun yung relationship nila. And of course, the pools of blood na nasa paligid. And nakita rin natin yung dhoti, yung damit ni Lord Nrsimhadev. Because of this mass murder na nangyayari sa mga demons. Also part ng meditation natin while we do darshan, while we meditate on that vision. Si Prahlad Maharaj are seeing this just like the analogy of a operation table. Pools of blood are there. Pero for what? For saving that patient. Same thing. Pools of blood andun sa crime scene. Hindi nga crime scene. Parang salvage. Sinalba lahat. Pero this is also an enormous, auspicious view for them. But last but not the least, yung very sharp claws ni Lord Nrsimhadev. Even yung fingernails actually ni Lord Nrsimhadev are very afraid sa face niya. But of course, yung claws niya are doing a very enormous job. Para nga daw siyang parrot beak na color red na tinitore apart yung chan. Almost cut in half na si Hiranyakashipu. And may mga tunog nga daw yun. Chat-chat, chata-chata. Habang binubuksan yung chan. Tapos habang nag-drop yung mga blood sa sahig, tumutunog na cham-cham. Then habang binubuksan yung mga fats, tumutunog na tag-tag. May sound effect talaga. Ganun yung scriptures. Ganun kaliwanag. Ganun ka, sabi nga nila, accurate. And that clause actually, before yung fight na yon, sobrang kakaiba. Sobrang kakaibang pastime to. Habang naglalaban sila, before yung pinapatay na, si Hiranyakashipu made the trick. I don't know how, he's a yogi. It's either sobrang laki ni Lord Nrsimhadev or pinalit niya yung sarili niya. Nagtago daw sa kuko ni Lord Nrsimhadev si Hiranyakashipu. Tapos hinahanap ni Lord Nrsimhadev, nasaan na siya? Tapos nalaman ni Lord Nrsimhadev na nasa kuko niya. Tumatawa lang si Lord Nrsimhadev. This fearful fool. Tapos ginanon lang ni Lord Nrsimhadev yung kuko niya sa wall. Parang pinagpag lang niya hanggang malaglag uli si Hiranyakashipu. A very nice pastime. Because of that clause, also, Lord Nrsimhadev took up the life ni Hiranyakashipu. We are meditating and praying on the features of Lord Nrsimhadev. Kasama yung fingernails na to. Because these fingernails would scrape yung mga hard anartas natin sa hearts. Sabi nga, minsan si Lord Balaram, you could see meron siyang plow. Di ba siya yung nagbubungkal yung plow ginagamit ng mga farmer, pambungkal sa lupa para mag-open up sila. So the seed, specifically the seed of Bhakti, could grow there. So minsan sobrang tigas, sobrang hardened. Minsan kailangan mong gamitan yung pag naglilinis ka ng pots, yung mga favorite maghugas ng pots dito sa kitchen. Sa ilalim minsan sobrang dark, 'di ba? Sobrang itim na. Hindi siya makaya ng sponge lang and sabon. Kailangan mo ng steel wire, minsan kailangan mo gamitin yung ibang sandok para kuskusin siya or minsan knife mismo. Just like that, yung mga calluses natin sa heart, yung mga tumigas na ng mga anartas natin na hindi basta-basta natanggal. Lord Nrsimhadev could tore them apart, his claws. It might be painful, sabi nga ni Krishna Baladev Prabhu, kasi those are our attachments then. It might be painful, pero by His mercy and love, ginagawa niya yun. Tatanggalin niya yung mga anartas natin sa hearts. That's why we pray for Lord Nrsimhadev to tear us apart. Pero yung tinatear niya hindi yung chant katulad ni Hiranyakashipu, but the anartas in the heart. In our meditation, in Lord Nrsimhadev Catudradasi, in the 15th verse sa 9th chapter, 7th canto, what we are reading, it is said, si Prad Maharaj is talking here, "My Lord, who are never conquered by anyone, I am certainly not afraid of your ferocious mouth and tongue. Your eyes bright like the sun, or your frowning eyebrows. I do not fear your sharp, pinching teeth, your garland of intestines, your mane soaked with blood, or your high wedge-like ears. Nor do I fear your tumultuous roaring, which makes elephant flee to distant places, or your nails, which are meant to kill your enemies." The devotees are never fearful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even Lord Nrsimhadev. Kasi he knows that this is a form of Krishna to destroy the demons. Krishna descends in this material world to destroy the demons, annihilate the demons, have the pastimes sa mga devotees, and reestablish the religious principles. And this form ni Lord Nrsimhadev is not actually fearful kay Prahlad Maharaj, he mentioned. Pero, may isang kinakatakutan yung mga devotees, which is baliktad sa mga non-devotees or demoniacs. Yung mga demons, they're fearful kay God. They have the fear of God. Kasi takot sila maparusahan kasi gumagawa sila ng masama. Their motivation to follow God is out of fear. Pero they love yung kabaligtaran, which is yung kinakatakutan naman ng mga devotees. Ano yon? In text number 16, Prahlad Maharaj said, O most powerful, insurmountable Lord, who are kind to the fallen souls, I have been put into the association of demons as a result of my activities. And therefore, I am very much afraid of my condition of life within this material world. When will that moment come when you will call me to the shelter of your lotus feet, which are the ultimate goal for liberation from conditional life? Si Prahlad Maharaj is not afraid of Lord Nrsimhadev, but he is afraid of Maya. Because of his association sa mga demons and the energy of Krishna in the form of Maya, he is afraid of this. And the devotees should always be afraid of Maya, not complacent. The demons or those who are materialistic are other way around. They're afraid of God, but very welcoming sila kay Maya, sa illusion. This we should learn from Prahlad Maharaj. Actually, hindi niya kailangan matakot kay Maya. But he is teaching us an example how only bhakti could save us from Maya. Only love for Krishna could save us from Maya. Only love for Krishna could make one go closer, be closer kay Krishna. Just like the demigods, they're afraid actually. Saan yung picture na yun? They're afraid, yung mga demigods, na lumapit kay Lord Nrsimhadev. Kailangan nila bulungan si Prahlad Maharaj, lalo na si Lord Brahma. Kasi siya nga yung nagbigay ng boon. So may atraso siya. Siya yung lumapit kay Lord Brahma. Kay Prahlad Maharaj. Ikaw lumapit, mag-pacify kay Lord Nrsimhadev. And even actually si Lakshmi were afraid kay Nrsimhadev. That's why Lakshmi, yung incarnation niya, expansion niya din si Maya. And si Maya is for sure afraid kay Lord Nrsimhadev. So that's why we pray kay Lord Nrsimhadev to protect us from Maya. Of course, we should pray also for our protection ng body natin, ng life natin, for us to prolong our life, not for enjoyment ng senses natin or material energy, but for our performance ng bhakti yoga or devotional service. Sometimes it's automatic. Even si Prahlad Maharaj didn't pray for Lord Nrsimhadev to save him, to come for him, to save him in this snake pit, elephants, or mga demons. He's just chanting. Automatic, pinaprotektahan siya ni Lord Nrsimhadev. Pero kailangan mag-appear ni Lord Nrsimhadev sa pillar kasi sinabi ni Prahlad Maharaj, yes, he is also in that pillar. Because of that, sabi nga ni Krishna, Arjuna, declare it that my devotees will never perish. Yung mga words ng devotees niya will never perish. Since sinabi ni Prahlad Maharaj yun, kailangan panindigan ni Lord Nrsimhadev, lumabas siya. But other than that, Lord Nrsimhadev is protecting his devotees automatically. But we could always pray for Krishna in the form of Lord Nrsimhadev to protect his devotees, specifically now, this pandemic. Our beloved Srila Prabhupada disciples, our gurus, the senior devotees, because sila yung ating sneak peek, sila yung ating gateway sa spiritual world. Para sila mga personalities in Chaitanya Charitamrita teaching us because of their characteristic, their pure devotion, unalloyed devotion kay Krishna. We're feeling that surcharge of spiritual bliss because of them. They're teaching us how to become closer kay Krishna. We could pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to protect the devotees as well. But also, you could pray kay Lord Nrsimhadev in different rasa because he is also the most and the loveliest God. Just like Krishna Baladev Prabhu mentioned a while ago, just like the family ng mga cats, mga tigers and lions, when they are pleased in taking care of their loved ones, specifically the calves, yung mga, no, not calves, that is from the cows, cubs. Si Prad Maharaj also very dear kay Lord Nrsimhadev. He's leaking yung body ni Lord Nrsimhadev habang nakaupo sa lap niya. And that's the very lovely God, Lord Nrsimhadev. So it's up to us. Just like yung pastime ni Krishna, nung pumunta siya sa Mathura, in the place kung nasaan yung wrestling match. Hindi siya octagon eh, katulad sa UFC, pero andun yung mga kalaban ni Krishna. Sila Kamsa, yung mga wrestler. And those wrestlers, habang nakikita na si Balaram saka si Krishna naghahanda, they're seeing that personified. They're seeing actually thunderbolts. But those devotees ni Krishna, mga loved ones niya, yung parents niya, yung mga audience, yung mga friends ni Krishna, and ni Balaram, nakikita sila as rose petal. Nakikita sila as their beloved. So it's up to us. We should always make way for us to have our forehead touch the lotus feet ni Lord Nrsimhadev and see Him as our beloved Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is our little discussion, and hopefully nag-enjoy kayo sa ating parikram, ako bilang parikram, and the pastime ni Lord Nrsimhadev as the loving form ni Krishna. And at the end, of course, even si Prahlad Maharaj was very a mere child. He got the benediction and mercy kay Lord Nrsimhadev that his ancestor and descendant will be liberated. At the same time, he was appointed to be the ruling king. And si Lord Brahma pa nga naglagay ng crown niya. Yes, and maraming salamat, and I beg for the mercy of everyone to please also bless me, that I could also relish the pastime of Lord Nrsimhadev and apply yung mga learnings natin and wisdoms in my own daily lives, my spiritual practice. And I'm also praying for the safety of everyone. May Lord Nrsimhadev bless and protect everyone, and not just from the external features of this material world, most specifically kay Maya. We should pray very hard for Krishna in the form of Lord Nrsimhadev to protect us from illusion or Maya and bring us closer to Him. Lakshmi Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Aho Bilam Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. How glorious assembled devotees. Thank you very much, my dear ones, Prabhus and Matajis. Hare Krishna. Josh Prabhu, Noreen, Levi, Naomi, Moksha, Lakshmi Mataji, Mervin, McCoy, Oliver, Paolo, Rolly, Jonah, Riza, yung mga nanonood sa atin sa Facebook Live. Thank you very much, and may Lord Nrsimhadev tore apart the anarthas in everyone's heart, so the seed of bhakti could fructify and nourish. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Yan, sila Oliver, si Scarlett, Jonah, yung mga nasa cameras. Hi, Scarlett. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you.